Hello, everyone. Today I want to talk about a group of people that have been bothering me a little bit, and those are the people that insist that Jesus was black and that we should tear down all of the paintings of white Jesus because he wasn't white. Well, that's probably true, but it's also true that he most likely wasn't black either. Now, before I start this, I want to say that it really shouldn't matter what color Jesus was, that he could have been any color and people should be able to paint him in whatever color they want to paint him, in whatever nationality they want to paint him as, because his message was the same for everyone. So it really shouldn't matter, but I need to do this because I am a history person. So let's go into the history and try to figure out, to the best of our ability, what he looked like. Now, like I said before, we have no eyewitness accounts of his description, so we can't know for 100% what he looked like. What we can do is conjecture from history. So what was he? He was a Middle Eastern Jewish man in the middle of the Roman Empire. Now, being in the Roman Empire meant that people had freedom of movement, so there was an admixture of peoples. But there were very few African people in the Roman Empire. North Africa at the time was a mix of Greek, Mediterranean, and some African people from south of Egypt, but not a lot. So the odds of him being African are very low. I'll give it a 1% chance. Now, what are the odds that he was white? Well, they're a little bit higher. And the reason for this is that there is a theory that Jesus was illegitimate. Now, let me explain this. The early critics of Christianity, the Jewish critics and the Roman critics, all said, how can you worship a person born illegitimately who was nailed to the cross as a criminal? We just don't understand how you can do it. One Jewish critic even went so far as to name the Roman soldier that Mary had an affair with. And the theory is that two of the Gospels, because only two of the four Gospels talk about the virgin birth, was a response to that criticism. That response was, well, he couldn't be illegitimate because God made Mary pregnant, so there's no illegitimate issue at all. And we have to also understand how the Bible was written. It was written in separate books and then compiled together. It wasn't written as a continuous book. There was hundreds and hundreds of books floating out around the world, and the best ones were compiled together. So they're written separately, so that two of the four Gospels not having the virgin birth does add a little bit of credence to the fact that it could have been a story made up to counteract the criticism that Jesus was born illegitimately. Now, who would Mary have had an affair with? I mentioned this a little bit early in the video. They were small villages at the time, but there was a Roman garrison in that area. And if Mary's family, if they were carpenters, if they were stonemasons, she would have been traveling, would have had access to Roman soldiers, been in contact with Roman soldiers. So there is a possibility that Jesus was born illegitimately and Mary had an affair with a Roman soldier, which means there is a chance that he was white. I'll give it a 10% chance. And I only give it that high of a chance is because doing family history and history work, there's usually a kernel of truth in every story. There's some fire where there's smoke. And the fact that the illegitimate claims lasted so long means there could have been something there. Now, we can't know for sure. Obviously, all the Catholics are going to say, you're full of crap. But there could have been something there, and I'll give it a 10% chance that he was white. Now, what is the other 89%? This is easy. He looked like a Middle Eastern Jewish person from the Middle East, which at that time would have been Lebanese. He would have looked like an Iraqi Jewish person, if you see pictures of them. He would have been darker. he would have been, but not black and not white either. So he probably would have had dark skin, dark hair. Again, but not black or white. He would have been Middle Eastern. It's pretty simple. So anyway, that's about all. Remember never to believe in anybody's propaganda, not even your own. And if you like this video, like and subscribe. Thank you. Bye-bye.